lot. Good energy in the building. Had a good week with the vets, closing in on phase 2 here next week. But rookies got here yesterday. Started meetings, we're on the practice field today and tomorrow. Excited. A lot of energy in the building. We've made changes, a couple things, how we're the actual art of installing, but kind of same as from that standpoint. Couple different meetings for them to get them caught up a little bit quicker than I felt like last year what we needed. No, we're gonna start at the bottom of the pyramid and work our way up. I would say our philosophy is all we're trying to do this weekend is get them acclimated how we do things, from basically everything. From practice, the weight room, our psych people, the health people, all of that, get them used to how team meetings are gonna be. So I give them a kind of a dry run on that, because on Monday they're in a team meeting with everybody. So I wanna make sure they're on point with what's expected, and really just lay out the, how we kind of operate, and get them caught up as quick as possible. They'll be good. But it's just a lot for those guys. They're in a new city. They're staying in a hotel. They got to figure out all that life stuff. As along with trying to come and compete and win a job. And Monty talked to him yesterday. Michael talked to him yesterday. But it's going to be one of the harder things that they do in the last part of their life is being a rookie, getting here, learning how to be a pro and all those things. But very confident with the people that we brought on board. They'll figure it out quick. We know it's going to take them some time, but the guys that will end up catching on pretty quick, they'll catch our eye quick. So we give a little tolerance with performance, for these guys. We don't give any tolerance with behavior. That was that team meeting today. So that's what I'm more concerned about right now is are they acclimated with how we do things in the building and outside the building too. So that's what they need to learn quickly. They were nervous, they didn't show it. We got a bunch of serious people, and I was actually, you get one chance to make a first impression. And a lot of these guys I know, but the amount of detail and the questions that these guys were answering day one was impressive. They're going to make some mistakes, but they're here for a reason too. So they were picked by us because of who they are as people and how they go about their business. I'm honestly not, super concerned about how they act and what they do and how they learn and how they practice and the type of teammate that they're going to be. There will be some mistakes that we'll have to correct, but I think they're going to hit the ground running. Part of the off season, I'm a big guy on roles, right? Well, there's two types of kind of roles situation that you have is at the 53, roles are defined. And not to say that roles don't change as, after your first 53, you move on to week 1, week 2, week 3, everyone's role might change. You could be accelerated, or your role can diminish too. Right now we're in the compete part of role defining. So they're competing for a role right now from now until training, all the way during training camp. And not to say that you never stop competing for your role, because you do, but this part is really, it's not defined for any of our guys really. A couple guys it's probably defined. So, but our rookies coming in, none of their roles are defined right now. So they're all competing for their roles. Yeah, they're doing a good job. I mean, I think that from the non-player side, we've done a good job, and we still need to get better at implementing the things that we wanted to get better at and grow from. I think we've done a good job, but I think it always can be better. The player side is their learning has been accelerated. Even the new guys that are kind of year one, we'll see about the rookies, but I'm talking really about free agents or guys that maybe got here, middle of the year or whatever the case may be. So that's been accelerated, and as Evan Marcus would call it, they're picking the wrench. What he means by that in the weight room, you got 3 things. All 3 things are acceptable. This is the hardest one. This is kind of the middle one, and this is the easiest one. This is called the wrench. A lot of guys are picking that one. So that's good, and our guys they're doing a really good job from an effort, attitude standpoint, learning standpoint, in the meeting rooms, in the weight room, on the field. But they're chomping at the bit here. This week typically is a little bit of a drag. I won't allow that to happen. The players won't allow that to happen because they're getting ready they want to practice. But this is a big week for us, working the last week of phase 2 with the rookies implemented now. So we got some new faces. And it'll be fun this week, and then leading up into OTAs. It's going to be a big transition. It's time to play football now, but we'll integrate them slowly because we want to be smart about their health too. So that's what part of this weekend's about for me, is just checking where they're at. So they did a lot of tests yesterday. The next couple days, we'll make sure that they're ready to go compete for their role, health-wise. And they'll have to ramp up a little bit as we go, but they're ready to roll.
Off of that a little bit, how do you handle if a kid gets overwhelmed with the whole week, the whole process kind of early on?
These guys aren't going to get overwhelmed, honestly, Josh, but it'd be a conversation with them, you know what I mean? So we just that's kind of developing a relationship with the position coaches, with the coordinators, with everybody in that building that's here to serve them. We won't allow that.
Are there things that you guys do to help them not get overwhelmed?
Yeah, a lot of things, but it starts from the conversation piece and knowing where they're at daily, you know what I mean? But there's a lot of resources in that building that they can use that can help them. But how we structure things and how we set up things here, hopefully we nip that in the bud before it happens.